So today's session completely about the designing. So as a UI developer, we need to perform two operations. First one is the designing, second one is the coding. Okay. The design is done by using them. So earlier we were used to call UI developers or else UX developers. They are going to design a fully UI. They does not do even a single line of code for the JavaScript also. But nowadays, so as a React JS person, you can able to develop. As a Angular person, we can able to do it. Okay. So design is not that much of complex, but little tricky. If you know the shortcuts, here I will make you each and everything. Very easy to create a pop-ups in 3 to 5 minutes. Very easy to create a grid system. Everything very easiness I will dictate here. Okay. So CSS, we are having the number of shortcuts are there, which are not shortcuts, which are the direct things. But you should have to know which item should have to be used, which place, which is CSS property we need to be used on which places. So let us continue. Let us continue our session. So we will start with web application. So what is meant by web application? Already have given the definition. Let us discuss. So what is meant by web application? So web application, for example, this is my web application. Yes, I just open a Google is my web application, which is nothing but a software component which is developed by using a web technologies, web technologies. The web application will run on a top of your browser. Okay, take it. Web application is nothing but a software program. Web application is nothing but a software program. It will be run. It will be developed by using web technologies that will be run on. It will be developed by using the web technologies and that will be run on web browser. Okay. Please have the definition. Definition is very simple and straightforward. Okay, simply. This is my application or not? Yes. This is my application. If I open something, this is my web application. Application is nothing but a software program. Here we are going to write some program that will be developed by using the only web technologies. Then that will be run on a top of your web browser. Okay. Yes. So here, how many types of web applications are there? Let us take next one is the types of web applications. How many types are there? Anybody? So our session always should be like interactive. So please interact. So feel like a one-to-one session only. Here I'm going to explain. You are there going to listen only. Okay. So in general, how many types?
Yeah, two types I think. The enterprise application.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
One more. I forgot it, Krishna.
So if I say enterprise, what is mean by enterprise? Enterprise, very big companies are going to develop. For example, if I say government application, it will be not come under that way. For example, healthcare domain or else ERP domain. Okay, or else mining domain. Okay,
Yeah,
so enterprise, all
banking
these things are, yes,
yeah, banking
domains
domain
only. Yeah, that is the domains only.
Okay.
So web applications are the two types. First one is the static web application. Second one is the dynamic or user interactable web application. Dynamic or user interactable web application. Even though right or wrong, let us express. If it is wrong, then you can able to correct. Correct,
Yeah,
right?
as of my Krishna. As of my knowledge, static
Yeah.
page it only
Wait.
develop the local
That
side.
can be fine. Yeah, static web applications, dynamic web application. For example, if you see my website, right? My website is fully defined to showcase the content. So which is nothing but static web application. So leave this contact form simply. For example, if you open the Wikipedia, what is the Wikipedia? Wikipedia will be provide the information to you. For example, IRCTC. IRCTC is nothing but a dynamic web applications. Sometime if you search for the train relevant information, or else any aeroplane information, few sites will be there. Those sites will be display the content, correct or not? Those are nothing but static application. Static applications. Let us take a heading, static web applications. Okay, so static applications are display the information or convey the information to a user. Okay, simple, it will be showcase the information to a user. Okay, this will develop by using which are the technologies? HTML and CSS. If you develop an application by using HTML and CSS, is called as a static web application. Okay, HTML and CSS is called as a static application. For example, Wikipedia. So leave that there you are having some contact from, leave that. So other than that one, simply, for example, you are having the third party site, they will display the information, that's it. For example, you want to showcase your relevant information, or else you want to showcase some information. So those are nothing but a simple static. You can able to develop it by using HTML and CSS. No server technology is required for the static. Nothing. Okay. Examples, you can able to take the examples as a, but Wikipedia can't able to say purely static. Simple, just Wikipedia will showcase the information. For example, third party, for example, if you search like a train timings, number of sites will be displayed just for the display content. Okay, next one is the dynamic web application. So what is dynamic web application? Dynamic in the nature is nothing but a where user can able to interact with application. User can able to interact with application. For example, how user will be interact? User can able to add the data, save the data. Okay, what else? Whatever the user going to perform certain information to be exchange. Dynamic applications are nothing but a user interactable web applications. User interactable web application to exchange the information. To exchange the information. Okay, so what is the dynamic of applications? Nowadays, all are the most 100% applications are the dynamic. So how a application become a dynamic? Static plus JavaScript. If you add a JavaScripting language to your application, then static will be become a dynamic application. So which is nothing but a HTML, comma CSS, comma JS. So here you are not mentioned a bootstrap. Can't I use a bootstrap? So already CSS bootstrap is a framework which is on the top of your CSS only. Okay, we no need to worry about that one. If I say JS, so React JS are not used for the dynamic. JS is the framework. JS is the simple scripting language. On the top of this one, React JS, Angular JS, whatever the Vue JS, Kendo JS, all these JSs will be work. Okay, next. So let us start with the HTML. HTML, take a heading, HTML. So what is mean by HTML? Hypertext
Markup language.
markup language. Okay, hypertext markup language. So HTML is a programming language. No, other programmers will become on beta. Yesterday I shown, right? So HTML is simply a markup language. That too only one language, which is the error-free language. So yesterday I shown, right? Without to define the tag, also content will be represented. What HTML will be do? HTML will be the only the positive language. For example, if you give something, it will take it. If you not give something, it will never throw error. It will never ask you something else. I am expecting so and so. But if you see in the JavaScript in other programming languages, right? Is it expecting some information? Otherwise, it will throw very big error. It will struck your website. Okay, HTML is only if you take it, it will display. Not again, nothing display. But what is the purpose of HTML when it was started? So the idea was the idea of HTML is started in the 1980 by, who is the person? Anybody remember who invented HTML? So last session we have discussed, right? Tim Berners-Lee. Okay. So simply Tim Berners-Lee. So he got an idea. Idea will be change your life. So because of his idea, nowadays we are going to simply sit in a home, going to order a lot of the things. We can able to pay in Amazon, get the items, Zomato, number of things. For example, US to India transactions, number of things. Anything can be without physical interaction. Through virtually, we are going to listening the sessions. Okay, everything nowadays is the because of that impactness. So, but what is the purpose of hypertext markup language? Here I will reveal that a secret. There is a secret. So already I have revealed that a secret. Most 100% people does not know. Whoever is my attendant my sessions, right? Or else whoever doing the research. So it is not learning the subject. Learning subject is not that much of the thing. If you research the subject, then only if you know from the roots onwards. Okay. So as per my research, Tim Berners-Lee is the computer scientist guy where nuclear research center. But what is a programming guy in the nuclear research center? Yes, right. So there is in the Europe there is a very big nuclear research center. There Tim Berners-Lee is the scientist working there. So he got an idea. He's a computer guy. So research is going on that one. Okay. Why can't we transfer the information electronic media? At the time computer already started. Number of programming languages are coming to the picture. Okay, Java, these things. Okay. So later number of things are going C, C++, Python at that time. So he is thinking, but that Java at the time not that much of a big programming language. Not only Python, all these are not a big programming language. At the time, Java is the simply a set-top box programming language, which is done in the Sun Microsystem. That's it. That's it. But he got an idea. Why can't we transfer? If I say information, this is my content. Simply, this is my content. I have done some implementation on a element. So anybody heard element in their studies? Element, ELEMENT, element. Anybody in intermediate? So or else if I say in Telugu, Mulakalu. So I don't know Hindi. So element, what is meant by element? Anybody here? So oxygen is element or not? Carbon is element or not? Hydrogen is an element or not? Yes, right?
Yes.
So all simply because he is in the nuclear research center, that's why if you observe HTML, right? HTML will be treat about the things which are around us only. For example, he is saying about element because he working in there and same the names he given. Okay. If you observe HTML, all the tags are the elements represent simply talking about one document only. Okay, the hypertext markup language will mark your data and send to the other places. For example, I want to send some information. If I send something like this continuously like this, is equal to how to generate random text. This is the way, right? Okay. So here, if a markup language is not there, what will happen, right? If I want to send some information, right, it should not be in a perfect format. That too, it can't able to transfer over the network. Okay. So to make it as a packet things, for example, if you want to travel, what you will do? You will pack your luggage. Next, you will pack your food items. So all these items here, a hypertext markup language is the packet. So markup language, it will mark your data. For example, I want to send a information. For example, if I say hi, so hi will be sent as a like this. This is simply nothing but a one para. I want to send like a para. So this will be mark your para. So this is the starting and ending. So this will be marked. So in this markup language, whenever they develop, they're adding the hypertext. Hypertext is nothing but a links. You can able to write those point also. Hypertext is nothing but a links. Hypertext is nothing but a links. Okay, if they want to send a document, they need the index. Yes or no? Because they are not going to simply sending a one copy. I mean one document. They may have the 10 to 15 pages for a one research, or else 20 100. It is very difficult to navigate from one to another. So that's why they are giving the links. So that's why they are having the index page. In the index, they are having the links to navigate a simply hypertext markup language, which is the evaluation. But so HTML come into the picture of, it will take the 10 years to develop, but later in the 1992 HTML 2.0 version, 2.0 version come into the market. HTML 9 in the 1992 2.0 version come into the market. Okay, so same like this one, let us take that CSS also. CSS is developed or invented by who can? Lee. Okay, so in the 1994, so he is developed in the 1993 on the top of this HTML, but it was released in the 1994. Next, who is developed JavaScript? Brandon Each. So for this name, do you have to remember? No. So nobody in the entire world or a software programmer is not remembering these persons. Let us have simply take as a note. He developed in the 1995, but it was released in the 1996. He developed in the 1997. 2 years is taken to publish. So 1995 is done. 1996 was he trying to use. But in between, Microsoft come into the picture. He wants to reverse engineer this JavaScript. Microsoft reverse engineer. He come up with some live script. The scripting is nothing but a live script. So then these peoples are reached to the ECMA script, ECMA persons. So ECMA is nothing but a European Computer Manufacturing Association. Any programming language other than your library or a framework, all the programming language, C, C++, Java, .NET, PHP, Python, Oracle, all these should be approved. Who will approve? ECMA will be approved. Okay, but if you say JavaScript will be come up with a version of ECMAScript. Okay, because of this one, Microsoft kept his scripting as a private. Why so? They given the rule. They given the rule in the 1997. Nobody should not create an alternative for the JavaScript. Okay, so immediately in the 1997, they formed as a World Wide Web and proposed all these rules. Okay, so in the 1997, World Wide Web is formed and they proposed all these rules. 1997 or 5, I think. Okay, so they given the rule like they should not be. In meantime, in the 1996, Microsoft try to coming to the picture. Microsoft company wants to develop one scripting language. So because of this rule, we see HTML, CSS, JavaScript. There is a no alternate. There is a no alternate. Okay. Next, core components of HTML. Is that clear or any doubts? Okay, if you have the doubts, text in a chat. So at the end, we will see it.
Yeah, Krishna, I need small information. It is not useful the XML in web application. XML.
What you are saying?
XML.
What is XML?
Extendable markup language.
No. You are asking question. What is that one? XML?
XML, it is used to web application or not? I didn't understand.
XML is nothing but that XML. That is to send the information. That's it. Okay. So what happened earlier, right? A browser understand the HTML, correct? So how your XML will be, for example, XML will be like this only, right? So it is having XML is nothing but a starting and ending tag and having the content. Yes or no? This is your XML. XML will be formatted like this. So earlier in the nature, in the 1990 or 2000s, we are having the XML. So why XML is nothing but a browser? This is your browser, right? Let me inspect this page. This content simply shows like a XML. This is the XML parent node and a child node. Correct? So to replicate exact this data, we will get the information in the form of XML. Once XML is coming to the picture, we can able to very easy to parse the HTML and bind to the UI. Got it? So that's why earlier, as per hypertext protocols, there is a two-way. I mean, only we're following the XML 10 years back. Now we are having the two, either XML or a JSON. But nowadays, all 90% market we're going to deal with the JSON.
Okay.
Okay. See, so that's why you are the UI HTML in the form of XML only. HTML it will show form of XML only, but the XML, the content you are sending in the form of XML, I can able to take it directly, put it to my website and display the confirmation. Next, there will be third party information. For example, US or UK people maybe know government website. They can able to maintain the health information across globally. But nowadays we are maintaining the in India also a person information across globally. The output of that information always XML. But I don't know about the format of here, but I know the format of there. So because they started 10 plus years back, right? Almost the 2000 they started. 1997 these are came, right? 2000, 2002. So at that time they started. So at that time everything is XML. So there is a three core components. Three core components. First one is the element. First one is the element. Second one is the tag. So next one is the attribute. Yes. So only three things are there: element, to tag, and attribute. Because of these three things only. Yeah, Prasad Garu. So I'm going to explain everything. No need to worry. I'm only the source to teach everything. Okay. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JSON, everything will be covered. Okay. Next, there is a three core components: element, tag, attributes. Take it as. So yesterday the question was there, what is meant by element? Element. So element will be stay inside of periodic table, yes or no? Element will be there inside of periodic table. But he also became the same type of things. Element is nothing but a element which will be display the content. Element will be display the content. Element will be display the elements are used to display the content. For example, this is I am having the so and so information here, correct? So see here, if you inspect a page, elements are used to display the contents. That's it. The purpose of element is used to display the content. So in this case, we will have the parent and child information as well as. Okay, see here. For example, let me go about. About is nothing but it is represented by the anchor element. But anchor is called as a tag only, but the end to end is called as a element. Okay, so that point I will give. Elements are used to display the content. Okay, next example, paragraph. If I say hello programmer, we will say hello to programmer instead of the world. So this is nothing but your element. So element is nothing but end-to-end process called as a element. Next, these elements, element contains tags, tag and attributes. Element contain a tag and attribute. But even though if you say core component, only 3 core component: element, to tag, and attribute. If I say element here, which is used to display the content by using the help of a tag. Let me capitalize. Element contain tag and attributes. Okay. Next. So in the above example, which is a tag?
P. In the bracket, the P is there.
The elements which are represent in the less than greater than symbol. Okay, this is the tag. So the end to end is called as a element. Here it is the tag. Okay. Next. So let us discuss about a tag fully. So before that one, let us discuss about a types of elements. So how many types of elements are there? Anybody deals with elements and their types?
So many types.
Yes. Basically, elements are the 3 types only. So let us categorize from the step 1. So I will go like this route. For example, if I'll start with HTML. Okay, HTML. This HTML contains the 3 things. What are those? Element, tag, and the attribute. So these elements are again 3 types. First is the 1. Next, tags are the so and so types. Now, attributes are the so and so types. Next, these so and so types again subcategorized so and so. So like this, if you go, once our course is completed, one of my friend in the intermediate said that one, you need to go from the peak to depth like this. If you take it a white paper and say that HTML, so you can able to fill up all the things. You can able to write it a note like, got it my point? So like this, we'll go step by step. So element types. Elements are 3 types. So can I able to see all these types? Yes, let us see. Okay. So everyone try to install this Notepad++. Notepad++ only for this Saturday session. Okay, only for this and next Saturday session. But we are going to deal with Visual Studio Code only. Okay. So I install this Notepad++. There I am having a already video section to how to install. Please go through that one. Okay. So let us start. So once here, why I'm saying the Notepad++ one, you can able to develop in a Notepad also you can do. Anywhere you can do. Okay. Here I'm having the language you can able to pick up as a HTML. Then HTML format or syntax it can identify. Okay. So it's having the rich syntax, even though you can able to develop a .NET Java applications as well as. Okay. Next, let us see a sample program. Doc type.
Chaitra, I have the one question. Element tag both are same or different?
I said, right, the end-to-end process is nothing but a element, the tag which will be represent our element. So P is the tag here. But if I say paragraph from representation of content like this, right, which is your element. So this element contain a attribute also. For example, if I say ID, some ID. Okay, PID. But which is my element? This is your element. With this P is your tag, ID is your attribute, even though if you add a class also your attribute. Okay. So I think I need a few more 15 minutes to clarify this one. Okay, we'll see with the example.
Okay.
Okay. See here, I'm going to write a simple HTML code. First, I need to start with a HTML with a doc type. So what is this doc type? I will explain. Next, HTML contain a one root tag. Here one root tag. This root tag contain the 2 separated tag, head section and a body section. Head is used to represent the meta information. Correct? Body is where your actual content or the information will be represented. You are going to fetch the information from somewhere, right? Head is the body is the responsible for the information to represent. So let me print some heading. Sorry, let me print some heading. So headings are from H1 to, I will give this notes, please don't worry. H1 to H6, you can able to choose any. For example, let me add a header like H1. H1 means it will be the big format changes only. I mean text format. First HTML program. Let me add something. Okay. Let me add some paragraph. HTML or else some information. Okay, save it this one. You can able to save somewhere else. Okay, let me save this one is the index. Any name you can able to give. So automatically it will select a hypertext markup language. For example, if you not provide a language here, right, you need to be select what type it is, index. Okay, so let me open that file and how it will be represented. See here, index, the file is loaded or not. First to program some information. See here, I'm having the H1 element, here my is the P element. Okay, so the information which is represented by the H1 tag, the end to end is nothing but element. For example, if I want to add a styles, yes, I can able to colorize this one also. How to make it colorize? I want to color show my header like a red color :red. Okay, refresh. Red color is came or not? So here the information here you are seeing like which is represented by the H1 element, the total end-to-end process from here to here, which is a element. But this element is represented by using the H1 tag. Now got it? Next, this element represent the style attribute also. Now got it, Harish?
Yes, Chaitanya.
Yeah.
What about
So
this head and body? These are also elements.
yes.
Okay.
So everything end-to-end process is nothing but this is the HTML is the root element, this is the body element, this is the head element.
Okay.
Or else we can able to call as a body, this is the head section, body section, head section. Okay, next. See here, let me write some other code also. Label, if I say label, class by. So one label I want to show class by. Next label, let me show like Krishna. So class by Krishna. Refresh this system. Okay, see here, if you observe this tag will take the end to end. Am I correct or not?
Right.
This tag is taking the end to end, correct or not? This tag also taking the end to end. If I hover, are you able to see that colorization? Yes, you can able to see the colorization. One second. So you can able to see the colorization also. Let me hover here. Let me hover over. So how much width you have taken? A specific width. Yes or no? Specific width. If you take this one also specific width. So instead of the label, let me take it as a span. Span. Save it. Refresh. So here also it is taking the specific width or not. So everybody will be confused these things only. Let us focus. So H1 taking the end-to-end, paragraph taking the end-to-end, label taking the specific, span taking the specific. So here I'm going to introduce the three personalities. So if you observe in our studies or in our office or in somewhere else, right, everybody will strike this point. If you observe, some persons will be there. They will think like entire college is mine. Everybody should have to listen my name. Okay, I'm one of the superior. People will be treat like that one. Okay, entire office is mine only. He will walk around all the floors. Okay, he will meet with all the teams. Anybody found? Next, there is a second more personality. The second more personality will say about inside of the school. I mean, for example, college or office, if you say a specific team, this is my team only. But he is not a team leader. He will think this is my team. Okay, what I said, the team will be listen. In the same company, few people will become, this is my work. That's it. This is my space. That's it. This is my space. I need to complete my work. I need to go to the. Am I correct or not? So 3 type of personalities. Have anybody seen? Either in offices or colleges or anywhere.
Yeah, it's there.
3 personalities. One people will be think like, hey, everything is mine only. Even though principal will be listen my word only. For other CSS, if he is the batch from the IT, but he think like entire college is mine. So even though CSS HOD also, that person will be taught like that. He will be listen my words only. So some peoples will be there. This cabin is my own, or else this team is my own. Same like this here also our HTML also will be behave. If you observe here, here you can able to see the 2 bodies. One body is taking as a end-to-end width. Okay, if you take this one, it will take the specific width. Am I correct or not? Let me change this label to div. What will happen? Div is the person who will treat like end-to-end everything is mine. So now here the behavior is changed. See here. Okay, end-to-end taken or not? If you take this, still this element taken up to specific width as per the content. As content grow, the element will be take the that space only. See here, as per the content grow also, that specific width only it will take. Okay, so as per the same scenario, we are saying the 3 types of element. First one is the block level element. Second one is the inline element. Next one is first one the block level. Next inline is the next one is the empty element. So what is meant by block level element? So maybe you are going to see the more theory. Yes, initially few sessions you need the full theory to understand before the practical. Okay, what is a block level element? By default, our element contains the, by default it may have the property as a block, display block. By default our element contains the display property as a block, is a block level element. Okay, by default element contain the display property, or else if you add the display property also, that element behaves as a display, I mean block level element. Which are the block level elements? Example, division, paragraph, header tags, header tags. So how many header tags we are having? H1 to H6, H1, H2, H3 up to H6. Division, paragraph, header tags. Okay, H1 to H6. Next, any other tags? Okay, you are having the number of tags. So I will send you the list of the tags which are a part of which one. Okay. Same like yesterday, whoever is joined, can you please text me? I was joined. So I will send this list to them. So we are going to confirm by today. So Monday onwards, we are going to see the regular students. Okay, I will create a separate group. Next, already have given the lab link. Anybody posted? Geeta, have you posted labs?
No.
Whatever you completed. Okay, post there. There you are going to see the reply with a text box. In the text box, post your code. I mean, text area will be there and set as a reply. So if you say reply, you need to be logged into the system. Otherwise, it does not know who is posting. So then it will be showcase your name. Geeta posted so and so. It will come for my approve. I will read. I will check your code. How is written. So it is for anyone. Everybody I'm saying.
Okay.
And then I will approve. So if anything mistake or something you have say, I will correct you. and approve. Okay. So after this session or maybe today or tomorrow, have some time and call to me. I'm just saying to everyone. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Already Johnny, Prasad, Raghu, Ramakrishna, Sai, I mean, few members already I have talked with. Okay, whoever is not yet connected, let have a connection. Okay. Next, black level element. These are called as a black level element. So let me showcase this black level elements. So if I inspect page, see here. So this is the header tag. So I said, right, by default display property. Display, what is the display here? Black. If I say division, what is the display here? Black or not?
No.
BLOCK, black or not?
Yeah.
Next, see here, it does not having the any property. Okay, so default maybe the system or you need to add a display, then it will become a display element. Next, inline element. Next one is the inline element. Inline element. So what is meant by inline element? Just now I showcase, right? Here the element which is taking the space as per the content. So the element which have taken the space as per the content, for example, label and span. Okay, not only label and span, we have the few others also. Okay, which are the frequently used, right? The element which taken the which have taken the space as per content. I mean, for example, if you want to add these elements may not have display property. We can, I mean, I will take it as a next point. We can add display as inline. Display as a inline is nothing but inline element. So what are those? Example, label, span, next anchor tag, next what else? TD. Inside of a TR you have that TD, right? Next TH. All these are the taking the specific width. All these examples. So here I will tell one point. So which is the least element in HTML which does not have any default properties? So I will give the two note points. By default, all the elements are same. All elements are same. So always the element syntax elements by default all the elements are same and inline elements only. So if you say all persons are the same or not, how a person will be different? Maybe his behavior, maybe his appearance. For example, two persons are made together, so both of the two persons are same. Person is a person, that's it, right? Animal is an animal, that's it, right? But how animal is different from another? But if I not take it cat and dog, those are the two different, fully different. If I say the cat also we're having the categories, the snakes also having the categories, the persons also because of their any appearance and behavior, or else whatever they are going to talk. Correct or not? By default, all elements are same in my point of view and inline elements. Okay, all elements are the same and all elements are inline elements, but few elements having a default properties. For example, if you say table, table also simply element. Table also is simply normal element only. But a table contains the display property as a table. Got my point? By default, all elements are same, all are inline elements. But a few elements having the default properties because of this nature, because of these properties, elements will vary. Got my point? All elements are the same because of the default properties. So let me open my website. I will explain here. Inspect page. Okay, any website you can able to take and inspect a page. See here, all are elements only. Here is the marquee. It is having some default property. So how I can able to see default properties? Yes, I will showcase. So whichever, if I say, which is the span, right? That's why it does not have it. User agent style sheet. So whichever mentioned by the user agent style sheet, this is the default property given by the, or it should be approved from the World Wide Web. Okay, so sometimes you are saying, right, browser is going to update, please update for the latest versions. Okay, whenever your browser is going to update, these things will be updated. Got my point? Who implemented this one? For example, you implemented, the World Wide Web will not take it. So you should have to inform them what is the purpose of this marquee, then only they will take it. If I say div observe here, able to see user agent style sheet. This user agent style sheet, where this user agent style sheet, it is default come from your browser. Your browser also a program, which is also some software program, is having the inbuilt code for div, inbuilt code for marquee, inbuilt code for some body, inbuilt code for head section, input code for your HTML. On the top of this one, if you want, you can able to apply any styles, I mean CSS or else styles also. Is that clear? Any doubts? So in this case, if you observe, right, span does not having the any user style sheet. It does having any things here? No. So span is the least element in our HTML which does not having any property. Span is the least element. So I can't able to say least element or highest element. You can able to take it as a top element which does not having any property. Span is the least element. It does not having any property. But sir, what is the difference between span and a label? Everybody will confuse this point. See here. This is my span. Let me go. Everybody will be confused. What is the difference between the span and label? Both are representing the same thing. Am I correct or not? Anybody? So before I give the difference, let us have your difference. Just have a try. So if you design a span, see, let me hover over. Able to see my cursor? Able to see my cursor? Let me hover over. Able to see my cursor? Let me hover over. Able to see my cursor? How the cursor? Simply like a text cursor. So let me add some break to break after a span. So input type is equal to text box. See how the cursor is there. How my cursor? So this is nothing but a cursor. If you say straight line cursor, also we have the different types of cursor. This is the text cursor. So text box cursor is coming to here also. But if I apply the label, see, this is the span, right? Label, let me apply. A cursor is the default. Where is Sihda? If I hover on a Krishna, the name Krishna is represented by using the label element. So how the cursor? Able to see my cursor? So next, see my cursor here. See my cursor here. So label element contain the default property. The property is the cursor. Cursor default. So which is the difference? Everybody will be confused. What is the difference between the span and label? If you take the span, span does not contain any property. If I say label, label have the default property as the cursor default. Got the difference? So I got it. Hope you got it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Span is the least, sir. Why? Which is the highest element which is having all the properties. So every element is specific to its nature. I can't able to say which is the highest or which is the lowest. So next, the third type is empty element. So empty elements are nothing but these elements will be never represent or show some content or the information, the text content. So empty elements, if I say right, the element is the empty, it will not represent or display any content. Which are those?
BR.
Correct. BR, HR, all your input elements. Input. So input will be show some data. No, it will take the data. That's why it is an empty element. By default, the elements which will show the data is nothing but a block or inline elements, which it does not show is nothing but here. Are you able to see some data? No. Input tags. Next image. So image are displayed to image only, not a content. Okay, all is commander. I will give the list of all these things, which will be commander which. Okay, so these are the categories of elements. Is that elements are clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So let us have a sample program. So and to take this clearly take this one as a sample program. So and mention like this. So by using this one, why I'm saying the doc type HTML, which will be the instruction for HTML is the 5th version. The current version of HTML is HTML 5.0. HTML 5.0. Got it? So this will be next. This HTML is nothing but a root tag.
Doc type spelling is wrong.
DOC okay, sorry. DOC TYPE. So even though it is a see here, if you mention here or not, but by default nowadays all browsers are using HTML5 version only. But if you mention all, that can be doc type. Okay, please check it. So this is nothing but a HTML. It will nothing but give the instruction to your browser HTML 5.0 version. By default nowadays all are HTML. So these HTML, these two are the root elements. These two are called as a root element. A root element. This is nothing but a head section. So HTML contain the two sections. First one is the head section. Second one is the body section. Head section, body section. This is nothing but a header. You can able to take it as a headers to represent. So this header will be different for this header. This is the paragraph, div, label, input, BR. So this is nothing but your block level element. So this is nothing but your block level element. This is the inline. This is the empty element. So why all these categories are required? Definitely required. If you want to be perfect at each and every place, then very easy to write a code. If you want to display the very big pop-ups also, pop-up also will be start from the div only. If you want to design a structure, if you want to design a responsive grid also, okay, everything. If I say directly jump into the elements, these are the two types. Okay, we need to use all these elements. So never get a sample. Okay, let us go with a simple step by step. Each and every point make you perfect. Hope done right, or you have added right? This is the blank level, this is the
Sir?
inline, this is the empty element. Yes.
Input doesn't have any closing tag.
Yes. Even BR also.
Okay.
All empty elements should not having the closing tag. That pointer. See here, empty element, right? All good catch. Empty elements should not have closing tag. But even a slash also will not be there. Even slash also will not be there. But sir, if I mention a slash, HTML is error-free language. If you mention a slash, it will forget. But sir, what will happen if I mention an input tag? Nothing will be happen. HTML is a error-free. Again, it will forget. Answer is same only. Okay, it will forget. It is understand. It will represent. It is does not understand. It will not represent. Got it? That's it.
In React, we need to
Correct. So in the
set
React,
close.
we need to be close. Why that one? I will tell in the React classes. Okay. So in the React, we should must close this one. In the React, user going to define his custom tags. Yes, we can able to define a custom tag also. But because of HTML error-free language, the custom tag will be leave as it is. Got it? Got it, right? So done. So hope everybody taken that sample program. Take this one. Okay. So is that clear? Empty element, blank level element. Hope everybody taken that HTML as the root, head section, and body section. HTML is a root element which contains body and head section. So what is the use of head section? Head section, anybody? What is the use of head section? Will represent the meta information. Head section will be represent the meta information. Okay, so what is this meant by this meta? I will explain. Okay, no need to worry. This meta information I will explain the later in the section. So body section will represent the content of the application. Body will represent the content of the application. Got it? So is that clear? Element and element types.
Yep.
So next, let us take about a tag. So what is meant by tag? Tag will represent the element. Tag will represent the element based on the tag only. Default properties will apply. So I shown to you, right? So take this point. I shown to write inspect the page, user agent style sheet. Those are nothing but default properties. If you take any browser, IE, Edge, Chrome, Mozilla, okay, Opera, Safari, whatever it is, all the properties will be represented the same. So because to represent the same property, for example, if you say H1 tag, in all browser H1 tag is the same. Correct or not? H1 tag is the same representance, same style. To make it as a constant across the world, that's why World Wide Web taking the decision, HTML, CSS, JavaScript should be the unique. You should not develop any alternative. For example, if I say HTML instead of the KTML, Krishna text markup language, what will happen? For a H1 tag, I will show differently. In this case, the content will be represented in one country will be different in the one country. Yes or no? Every country try to develop their own programming programs or not, own styling or not. In this case situation, if I send my application to you, same this application, If anybody from the US, or for example, if I share to the Sharanya or whatever it is, for example, if I say to the other people, for example, the person is from the China, so instead of this, instead of this menu, it will show something else. So to make it as a constant, they taking the decision across the world. These should be that browser should understand these three only. Whatever the browser on the top of this one, you can able to develop your libraries or the framework based on the tag only. Default properties will apply. Next, let us see the types. How many types are there? Headers. So headers are represented from H1, H2, H3, and so on to H6. Next, content tags. Content tags are nothing but your division, paragraph, okay, span, label, what else? So these content tags are also called as content tags, also called paired tags. These content tags are, you can able to say content tags are paired tags. Next, unpaired tags. So now tell me, what is unpaired tag? Your input, BR tag. So just now whatever you see, right, those only I'm going to dictate here. Input, all your input tags, BR tags. What else? Image tag. So whichever does not having the closing tag, all are nothing but unpaired tag. Pair is nothing but a two. Yes or no? Two is nothing but a pair. Here two members are nothing but a pair. So if you have the two phones, I have the pair. Pair or the square also you can able to call here paired and unpaired tags. Next one is the table tags. Table tags to represent our table. Table, T body, okay, T head, TR, TH, TD. Only these only. After table, so simply these categories, whatever you are going to see here only. Simply here I'm having the heading, headers. Here I am having the list. I will show the list. Table tags is done. Next, list. To show the information in the form of a list. This is my list. Yes or no? List. Ordered list. Ordered list. Unordered list. So unordered list is nothing but a, for example, if I say points, we are going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This is called a order. If I say something, you are going to represent like this, right? This is the unordered. But all these examples we will see one by one, one by one, one by one. So maybe in the next session, already in this session we have seen about headers. Next session we'll see about the tables. Next session we'll see about the list. Ordered list, unordered list, li tag, data definition, dd, data term, next data list. Okay, these are the list tags. Next, form tags. Form will be represented by the form tags. Next, frame tags. Frame, which is represented by iframe. But in the React JS, we can't able to see any iframes. So the purpose of iframes are nothing but so to load a content inside of another content. For example, sometimes you are going to see about advertisements, right? Let us see some advertisements. Anybody, anything here? Something is coming.
What is the alternate to iframe then?
Iframe is only the iframe. So in the HTML4 version, you have the different, but let us focus on HTML5. HTML5 only we're using the 2014 onwards. See here, iframe. Iframes are used to load a content inside of your content. Yes or no? Okay. Next, what else? Frame tag, form tag. Next, links. Links are doing by using the anchor tag. So now we are going to use the anchor only. For example, if you take a HTML4 version, Base also is there. We're not going to use any base. Okay, simply take as a comma base, but anchor tag only. Next, ninth one is the image tags. Okay, which is represented by the img. Okay, so few tags has been depreciated from HTML4 to HTML5. So we are fully dealing with HTML5 only. So HTML4 tags, no need to worry, because everybody updated browsers, correct? So whoever is using the browser after 2014 onwards, so once you restart the mission, right, automatically browser setup will be done, or else it will ask if you have any admin rights, it will ask and then close. Okay, so images, the content can be a paired or unpaired tag, headers, table tag, list, form, frame, link, image tag. So along this one, we're having the meta tags. So what is this meant by this meta? For example, for your application, you want to add a script or not? Script is nothing but you want to add the JS or not? Script. Next, you want to add the styles or not? Link. So meta also is one of the tag. For example, what is meant by no script? No script all is nothing but a meta tags. Meta tags are used not for the data. So other than meta, remaining all 9 different tags are to show some information. Okay. Other than meta, tag remaining all are used to show some information or a content, correct? So other than the meta tag, remaining all are used to show our content, but meta tag used to add meta information. So what is meant by meta information? Either script, for example, adding JavaScript, or else CSS, or else you want to work with a mobile device, you need to add some style, I mean some coding. Those the meta information, it will be add. Use it to add meta information. Meta tags will not represented in the browser. It will never represented inside of a browser. So basically it will help for the body to display, body to format, body to act to work. Okay, meta tags will represent inside of head section only. So now maybe someone will ask question for this one. Meta tags always should be right inside of a body section, which is a rule. So anybody having the doubt on this one? Hope everybody is following, or any doubts? I'm going.
I didn't got this meta tag.
Yeah, wait, I will explain. So remaining are fine, right, Amina?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So meta tag is nothing but here we're going to discuss fully about meta tag. This is not a session about simply saying this tag and complete. All these tags we are going to see in each and every session. One session is required to explain all the tables. One session is required, 1 hour is required for the list. 1 or 2 hours is required for the form. So frame is 1 hour enough. Links half an hour. Image half an hour. Meta also 1 hour is needed. Okay, so meta information, for example, this body represent the content, correct? Let me inspect on this Google. So HTML doc type is the HTML 5th version. This is the root tag. This contain the 2 sections, head and body tag. Head is the place to represent which information? Meta information. Next, body is represent the content. Okay, now let me expand this header. Whatever you are going to represent, for example, I want to add some styles, got it? Or else I want to add some content for the edge. So nothing but meta is a information or instruction to a browser to load some files or perform some operations. Okay, so we're fully dig into this meta, no need to worry. Initially have a definition in our mind. So meta will be used to add your styles, used to add your scripting, used to add some meta information. That's it. Okay, we'll dig into this meta fully. Okay.
Sir, one more question. Here I can see like HTML lang is equals to English. Like
Yes.
usually we don't write anything in
So
inside
here,
the
if you write
HTML.
by default or not, all browsers will be take the en only. Okay. So all this we will see one by one will come. Okay.
Okay.
So first day if you see everything right, second day will not. Okay, we'll see. So that's why I require the 2 to 2.5 months to explain all the things.
Okay.
Okay, is that done? These are the available tags. All these tags we are going to see. So any doubts up to here? So mostly initially I required 1 week to explain about theoretically. We'll see everything is a practical only. I will not going to dictate these many points. I will give the short direct points. Okay, this is for the so and so. We'll go example and explain and see it.
Chaitanya,
Yes, please.
actually we are having the image tag, right?
Mhm.
And React, in React, in some examples, they are showing.
So
IM
don't be
is
confused and with compare with the image React and here we will see that once you see the I will show the practical, right, then you will get a clearer. But let us ask your doubt. What is your doubt?
actually the tag name was represented with the IMAG.
Okay.
Both the types they are using. Is there any specific reason they
Yes.
are for IMG
Yeah.
and IMAG?
IMG is the HTML tag. That IMAG is the different one. We will see that one later. So that is not here. So HTML is React JS. Both are the two things if you're doing with the React parallelly. But HTML means they given the propose that these tag tags. Next, on the top of this one, you can able to write a custom. IMAG is your custom tag. But not you written, somebody will return either in the library or a framework, or else you need to add extension. Okay. For example, if you say that these custom tags are nothing but a easy to make it as a life, nothing but or else application life. Okay. But internally, if you dig right, that IMAG also will be used this image, or else that IMAG will be used the background image CSS. Do one thing, inspect your page, cursor F12 and inspect your application. Okay, that definitely will use the background image. Okay, because only the thing is here HTML is the error-free language. That's it. The answer is next. JavaScript is the dynamically typed programming language. That's why the data types will everybody will be confused. The data types everybody will be confused with the functions because the dynamic its nature. So whatever the tags I will send you the link to those only the HTML tags. Remaining all are nothing but in your application there can be libraries or the frameworks may be injected, those only, or else somebody once right click F12 it will be go inside of that definition. So there you can able to see the actual HTML code also. Got it? Once I'll take it like this. So any other Geeta, Harish, Karthik, Mehboob, Jani, Naksar, Prasad Garu, Sai, Sai already asked. Srilata, Suresh, Veera, Vijay, Vijay Sagar,
No.
Vikram.
Yeah, nothing. Chaitanya.
But don't be think like that one. Is this session also same? Others how they are addicted. But these are the theoretical part I need. So once theory is completed, you can able directly driving a car. Just now I'm explaining the car contain the what are the parts. Next you need to be drive your car only.
And these are important session. I mean, yeah, I mean, many people are already expert maybe, but yeah, for some
Even though
people like
expert
me,
also they does not know these basics. Definitely, even expert also they will get 100 points. They know I will give the 101 point. For example, span and label, or also some categories. Okay, so that's why making the only one section. For example, few people are not concentration on HTML, CSS. So that's why I make this one on the Saturday. So Monday to Friday we'll fully go through the React, JavaScript and project. Saturday will fully concentration in depth of HTML. It means I will not going to explain on the day. Don't be think like that one. In the day also you are going to use the table list and everything. But on Saturday we're fully dig into here. Okay, rich pop-ups are very easy to develop. If I give these all these things, right, very rich pop-ups of frames, number of things. HTML CSS are very easy. UX is very easy to develop. UX is very easy to develop. Everybody will be confused. First, we have seen about what are the types and the categories. Next, your UX will be here. This is HTML. The relevant styles here. So we are going to see about this computed also. This is the your computed. Next, we are going to see the layout, event listeners. See, number of things are there. Accessibility. In the style, got it? So you are here, you are going to see the hover, act, all these actions. Next, we are going to see about the use of console, source, how to work with the network tab, how your performance application. So how your application going to store the data. See, some application will be store this type of the information, caches. Okay, but the security point of nothing is here other than HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, all these things will dig one by one will go. So by this completion of course, my target is you should know the entire somebody or the client saying the some information. For example, I need the so and so information pop up. Simply you should have to remember my properties. Simply two property if I say, I can able to convert to a pop up.
And event listeners, about the event listeners, these are the event listeners are in the HTML.
Yeah, that I will not told right now. Just I'm saying that we'll see, dig it. Okay. If I say on the first day, let them everybody.
I'm asking in Saturday sessions you are going to have that event listeners, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
So you're gonna continue anything else?
Yeah, almost done. See here.
Almost done.
Meta also come and is this one empty tag?
See here. Now this is your pop-up or not? Maybe people are observing. It is converted to pop-up or not?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
See. How many styles I have added? Maybe 2 styles. That's it. HTML is very easy. CSS are very easy. UX people are nowadays mostly you are using the some materials. Just saying the some bootstrap, nothing. Only straight forward. If you listen here, I have the rich pop-up here. I can able to move any position to anywhere. Okay.
But in the same way we have to display, if you want to display some content in the pop-up.
This pop-up content having the content or not?
It is
having some image or
you
not?
want to add some listing to that pop-up. Some list of files into that pop-up.
Don't be confused anything. So here I'm going to give anything. Pop-up is only for the image. Okay, this is my content, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see one by one. We'll dig it. Then we will get it one on the same day. If you're having the all the question, pop-up or not?
Super
I'm not a super. HTML is super. See here, I'm having a pop-up. Able to have the scroll or not?
Now I understood. Simply the list will
now it is a pop-up. I will add a close button to close. I will add open button to open. So tomorrow you are recently joined to the project. You can able to tell why sir you are using the material UL. I will write a more performance code. Your performance code is a shortcut here. Power after our classes. Okay. Number of shortcuts. I don't know. 2 days back, one person came, sir. I was still confused the JavaScript and CSS. I said the confirmation. Definitely, I will clear your doubts. Powers are completed. See or not? Can you complete it? Add a chart box? Yes. 2 minutes is required to add your chart boxes. Okay. See here, pop-up partner. That's it. We don't need to worry. Technology here, each and every point, step by step, we will go it. So first you want to observe this one. If I directly explain, please add a position, please add so and so, please add so and so. You can do it, but tomorrow you will forget. So if you come sessions, these like this, one by one, we'll get it. So that's why here I'm directly saying that one. This is our promised based. my promise you will get it a hand-on experience. So other than this one, in real time, you will not going to use. Once you are perfect here, you can able to do anything. So somebody will say, I was a fully no HTML, yes. But if I say some scenario, right, how to add a pop-up 2 steps, they will get it out. But they have it strong in their places. Okay. So that's it for today's session.